Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel Encode Decode. In this session, we are going to see implement Atoi. Atoi is a concept whether a string needs to be converted to an integer, whether it is feasible or not. The reason why we are saying it is feasible or not is the string also contains a characteristics value, right? For example, A, B, C, the alphabetical character or special character. If it contains other than minus or plus sign before the integer, it is not possible to convert the string to an integer. So that is the reason we have to see the string conversion is feasible or not. If it is feasible, we must have to return the string the same integer value, or else if it is not feasible we have to return -1 value. This is how it works, but the tricky part is we should not use any of the built-in function for the particular language. So that is the constraint in this implement Atoi questions. For example, you can see if you are getting an input of -123 as a string, we are getting an output of -123 because the value is same as integer. So that is the reason we are getting as 123. If we are getting a value of 21a, we should not get as 21 because it contains a string of a. So that is the reason we are getting an output of -1. I hope you guys understand that. But there is also additional constraints. I will tell you what is that in the next slide. Yeah. If a string value contains of -32, we will get an output of -32. If -0, we only get of 0. Whatever the string which precedes of 0, how many zeros will be there, we should not take it as consideration. It also return only 546. Here we see 0000 546, but the output must be 546. Same it is. If the number string contains a number, it will get on same as it is. If the string contains any alphabetical or any special character, it is not possible to convert them as a integers. So that is the reason -1. Same here, RT -1. Before moving into the coding part, we have to discuss some concepts. How we are going to implement the Atoi. Yes, we are going, for example, I can say we are getting an input of -032. Okay, for that we need to look the first letter of the string is presently having a minus value or not. We have to check whether the string contain minus or not. If the string contains minus, we have to take consideration to another variable temp. Temporary variable contains of minus. We will consider that. Or after that, we have to move to 032. For that, we have to do a recursive function. For example, if we are getting a value of 0 in the beginning, we have to take another temporary. We are going to take another temporary variable t2 equals as a 0 value in the initial. After that, we are going to iterate the string in a loop. Okay, we are getting a we are using a loop. For example, I am saying a for loop. We are going to pass the first value and second value and third value. Okay, if 0 comes before any number, for example, these are the number strings having a value, right? If 0 comes before this one, we should not consider it. So that is the reason, if any 0 comes before the value, we have to take t2 as a 0. If it comes inside the value, we should take consider it. I will show you how to do it. After that, if you are getting 3 means, we have to multiply t2 equals to t2 into 10 plus 3. We are getting t2 is equal to what? 0 into 10, it will be 0. The output will be 0 plus 3 is equal to 3. Likewise, we are getting 2. Again, it will comes 2 equal to, now t2 is equal to 3. What we are going to do is 3 into 10 plus 2 equal to 32. This will be our output. Okay, I hope you guys get it. But the part is, we should not use any inbuilt function, right? Then now we are going to find whether this 3 is an integer or not, because it is a string. As per the question given to us, it was a string. For that purpose, we are using ASCII code. For example, we have actually, if you guys don't know what is the ASCII value of 0, 1, 2, 3, that is not an issue. We are having some functions to find the ASCII value. You can say we should, if you can say, uh, the question says we should not use any inbuilt function. Yes, they say, but the reason we have to understand, we should not use it directly convert the string to an integer. That is the main thing we should not do. But we can also use some other functions to get the answer. Okay, for that I'm using ORD. ORD function gives the ASCII value of any alphabetical or any numerical letters. If the ASCII value of 0 is 48, okay, minus ASCII value of 3 is 51. If we are minusing this value, we will get 3. This is how we are going to get the convert this string value to an integer value. And one more thing, if the output value contains the value between 1 to 9, this is the numerical value. The output value, if contains 1 to 9, it is a numerical value. If the value is above 9, greater than 9, okay, it is a non-numerical value. It might be small a, capital A, whatever the string it is present in this particular string, it will be like that. But whatever the integer value, it must fall on 1 to 9 only. We are going to focus on that part, so that's why I'm particularly saying 1 to 9 was more important. I guess I hope you have understand this. Let's move into the coding part. Yeah, this is the coding which I was used to create to find a Atoi, to implement an Atoi function. Okay. Okay. Before that, we should know the minus sign present before the integer value. We should also take and consider of it, minus 32. Okay. For that, we are getting a ASCII value for the minus. The ASCII value for minus is 43. If you guys don't know what is ASCII value, simply we can also write ORD of string minus. It will also give the same value as 43. But for in this place, I am directly using this as a 43 value. So there is no issue. You can use this and as well as ORD also. After that, I previously said I am assigning a temporary value as null and temporary 2 is equal to integer of 0. You will see what these two variables playing role in this particular code. If ORD of s of 0 is equal to minus, which means if S of first value. This first value contains minus, then the ASCII value will be 43, right? Whatever if the value contains minus, it will be 43 equal to 43. If it is same, this particular code snippet will execute, or else it will execute this. If we are not having any minus value in before the particular integer, it will execute this statement. If you are having minus, it will execute this statement. Okay, now we can see next part. If the value contains minus, okay, then temp of x is equal to temp is equal to s of 0, which means temporary is equal to minus value, nothing else. Temporary is equal to minus value. We are assigning this minus to a temp. For I in range, for I in range 1 comma length of s. The reason why I am giving is 1 is because we are already having a 0 of s of 0 we have implemented. So we don't need to again recall it as s of 0. So that is why I am giving us 1 comma length of s. Whatever the length of the string, we should not manually code again and again. So that is the reason we are dynamically giving the length of s. After that, value is equal to, I am again creating another temporary variable where val value is equal to ord of s of I minus ord of 0. Actually, I previously said we need to convert the string value to an integer. So that is the reason I am giving as an ord of I, which means the I value gives what? 3. ord of 3 minus ord of 0, which means 51 minus 48. Now we get the value of 3. So now we get the integer value. So this is how it works. Okay, we are getting a integer value. If I is equal to 0, which means, sorry, if I is equal to 1, we are passing beginning of the string. If I is equal to 1 and val is equal to 0. The reason why I am giving is, if you are getting a 0 in beginning of the stage, we should not consider it, right? Because whatever the how many zeros it comes, we should not keep on adding that integer to our final output. That is the reason, if I is equal to 1 and value, this particular value is equal to 1, we don't give any value, just continue the statement. Next one, elif. Elif means if else. I greater than 1. Okay, if the value is greater than 1 and, sorry, which means I greater than of 1 and the value is equal to 0. Same thing, I greater than 1 means if the I value comes to this place and still the value is 0. Okay, still the value is 0 and temporary also is equal to 0. Then we should not add any of the value, because if there are already having a 0, we should not include any numbers, because it will give false answer. So that is the reason we have to give another 0 to the particular temporary variable. If the if the number falls between any 1 to 9, which means L if, sorry, this one. Okay, 0 to greater than 0 and lesser than 10, which means false. This particular category it will give. I will say what this particular statement does. Comes under this value, it will do what means temp already 0 is equal to, if we are getting a temp of value of 3. Okay, if we are getting a value of 3, 0 into 10 plus 3, which means 3. If I am getting another value of 2, which is equal to 3 into 10 plus 2, which means 32. Okay, this is how it works. Okay. Ah, the reason why I'm made this sentence is, if I of 1, if I greater than 1 and value is equal to 0 and temp 2 not equal to 0, which means the temp value greater than 0, whatever the value comes here, it was added, right? So it greater than 0, it should not comes this place, because if we get a value of okay, I will write here 0 5 0 6 3, we should not consider this 0, but we should consider this 0. So that is the reason I have made this statement. We are getting a value LF of greater than 1 and value is equal to 0. The reason is odd of 0, is equal to obviously 0. The temp is greater than, previously we are getting passed a 5, so it will comes under this statement, the value will be 5. So this only pass, it won't pass. So it will come here and temp into and 10 only. The reason why we are not adding is 0 does not contain any incremental value for the particular integer unless until it will add an in addition of into 10, like this. Yes, this is how the entire code block work. After that, we are giving another else statement. Else temp2 is equal to -1 break. Whatever value comes under this stage, for example, we are having a f over here. If it pass from this place, it will not valid. For example, we are getting a value of a over d of 0 minus over d of a. Obviously it was greater than, 1 to 9 value. Okay, then all these statement won't pass, it will comes to else part. Okay, then this will works. Temp2 is equal to -1, the loop will be broke. Now temp2 is equal to -1. If temp2 is equal to -1, we are going to give a pass statement. If temp2 is equal to 0. I hope you guys understand. The reason why we are giving is, we are going to return the temp value. So that is the reason we are giving a, if temp2 is equal to -1, it won't do anything. If temp2 is equal to 0, it will pass. Else temp2 is equal to and one more thing. For example, if you are getting a 32 minus of 0.32, the minus value should be included in the final output. Okay, the minus value should be included in the final output. If temp is equal to -1 pass, temp2 is equal to 0 pass, else temp2 is equal to s of 0 plus string of temp2. This statement for this particular place. Otherwise, this whole statement is repetitive only. There is no additional thing. The reason why I am adding this is, if the first value doesn't contain any minus value, we are using this statement. You can also take a look of this particular code, which we have already spoken in this place. Yeah, this is how implementing Atoi statement works, and this is the solution one. There's also a simplified version of this solution can be there. This is the way more simplified version of Atoi. The reason why I am taking this part is, we must have to learn the base concept, whether how it actually work, right. We have not used any user defined inbuilt function to create or check whether the string is convert to an integer or not. It is feasible to convert an integer or not. In this place, we are using some function but not directly. We are passing the string to and for loop. It will iterates one by one. It will iterates one by one of the character. After that, we are seeing if I contains minus value. If I contains minus value at an index of 0, which means the index of 1, in the first index of first value contains of 0. If it contains, okay, that's good, it will pass. If I dot is digit, if example 3 is passed in this particular place, yeah, it is a digit, right? But at the same time, we are using a not, it will give a opposite, it will give an opposite information. So if we get a false statement, it will return 0, so return minus 1. So that is how it works. This code snippet is very effective and very useful. You can use it. This is very simplified way. If you guys have any doubt, please count in the comment box. I will try to see and clarify those doubts. If you guys want this code, I will be providing this particular code snippets in the description box link. Please use of it. That's it, guys. I hope you guys have understand the implement of Anoi concept. Uh, okay, guys. That's it. Thanks for the video. Thanks for watching this channel.